Okay. Hi, Kenton. This is Alexandra. This is so funny to me. We are going to do 1 hour of gentle yoga that is targeting back pain and hip pain today. So you don't actually need any props for this. We're just going to use our body weight and natural shapes. But of course, probably get something like a blanket for you to sit on right now, like me. And then at the end, you can use your blanket to help keep you warm for meditation. So I think actually today we will start on our backs. Find a comfortable spot where the cat isn't all over you. And let's start with knees bent. So come onto your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears and bring your feet a little bit wider, maybe as wide as your mat, so you can let your knees sink in towards each other for constructive rest pose. And bring all of your attention just to the parts of your body that are touching the floor. Nothing magical here. We're letting our awareness turn away from the outside world and everything we've been doing all day and all week. Letting the attention settle on the body and the present moment. So sense for those sensations where your body's in contact with the surface that's supporting you here. Hands can be on the floor or your belly, whatever's more comfortable today. And then let your attention come to the parts of your body that are moving as you're breathing. No need to control your breath right now. Let it be natural. Focus on any feelings that you can detect here. Maybe when you inhale, you feel your rib cage expand out to the sides. Maybe you notice that rise and fall in the chest and belly. Good. Let's practice exerting a little bit of control on the breath. This is called box breathing. I've never taught you this before, so I'll explain every bit of it. So think of a box equal on all four sides. When a lot of people think of the breath, they think of two parts, an inhale and an exhale. But if you pay attention to your breath now, you'll notice that there is a slight pause at the end of your exhale and a slight pause at the end of an inhale. Box breathing attempts to manipulate the pauses so that they're a little bit longer. Eventually, over time, you'll make them the same length as your inhales and exhales. So let's practice together. Inhale to a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And continue on your own if it's not too much effort. Do maybe one more round of breath, no matter what style you chose, natural or box breathing. And then return to your natural breathing. Notice any changes that occurred, maybe in your mind or in your body. Bring to mind your inner resource, that memory or fantasy that makes you feel grounded and content and secure. Allow yourself to really experience your inner resource with all of your senses for just a moment. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? And what do you touch? And remind yourself that at any point during our class today, if something I'm suggesting doesn't feel good, it's not only an option to choose something different, but it's your obligation to take care of yourself since we're not together in person. If you want to just sit here and breathe, that's good yoga too. If you'd like to begin movement, we're going to start. So bring your feet a little bit closer together. Keep your knees bent for now. And then if your eyes were shut, allow them to open. And you can pick a spot on the ceiling ahead of you, maybe like a little piece of popcorn or a line in the ceiling or something that's not going to move. So at first, bring both of your knees into your chest at the same time. You can grab on top of your knees, you can grab behind your thighs, whatever feels good. And allow yourself to wiggle a little bit here. You can rock back and forth to kind of massage your sacrum. Or you can be still. Keep breathing deep into your belly, trying to pay attention to all the different sensations that are occurring here. Come to stillness. On your next inhale, bring your legs long again. Exhale your right knee into the belly. So pull hard here with the strength of your arms. You can even interlace your fingers so you can really apply some pressure here. If it's not comfortable to have your knee way back into your belly, you always could bring it out more towards your armpit. And now start to engage your knee as well. So push into the heel of the foot and push the knee into your hands so that we're kind of doing a little struggle here between the foot and the hands. Don't let either of them win. Continue the struggle. Deep breath. Good. Release. Inhale, the leg falls long. Exhale, other side. Pull your left knee deep into the chest or the armpit. Keep the foot relaxed at first. Just pull with your arms to create that compression on the left side of the belly. Notice how that changes your breathing. And now start that little mini struggle. So pull hard with your hands, flex your foot so you can push through your heel, and then actively push hard into your knee. Keep both shoulders on the ground, faces relaxed. Continue the struggle and slowly breathe into your belly. Keep your neck soft. One more breath. Good. Inhale, release your leg long. And exhale, right knee back into the chest one more time. This time, grab a hold of the outside of your right knee with your right hand. Push through your heel, pull your toes back towards your body. And then open the leg out towards the right like a book. You can use your right hand to apply pressure to the top or to hold the knee in place if gravity is a little too strong for you here and pulling on the hip a little too intensely. Keep pushing through the heel of your right foot. Deep breathing. On your next inhale, bring your leg back to center, switch hands. So the left arm is now reaching across to the right side of your right knee. And then let yourself twist over towards the left, keeping the knee bent. So you can keep your right foot on your left thigh, or you can bring your foot over to the floor, whatever feels better. You also have the option to extend your right arm away from your body, working the right shoulder towards the floor to twist the upper thoracic spine really well. Look up towards the ceiling or look over towards your right hand if it's okay in your neck. And as best you can, breathe into this and let your body settle in all different directions. Good breathing. Last deep breath. Good job. So bring your right hand back to your body, bring your neck back to neutral first, and then bring your right knee back to center. You can pull it back towards your body just a moment longer. Maybe circle your ankle one way and then the other. And on your next inhale, extend the right leg long. Pause here for a moment. Notice anything that changed. Maybe your right leg feels longer. That's that yoga magic. On your next exhale, left knee comes back. Pull it back towards your body for one moment. And then we'll do all the same on this side. So grab the outside of the left knee with the left hand only, push through the heel of the foot, and open your leg out towards the left like a book. Again, deciding if you want to keep your hand underneath to support it or on top to push it open a little further. 2 deep breaths here. Soft face, soft shoulders. On your next inhale, come back to center and switch hands. Now twist over towards the right, as much as feels good for you today. Decide where you want your foot first, and then decide what you'd like to do with your arm. You can extend the left arm away, or you can keep your hand on your belly. You can look up at the ceiling or over towards your left fingers, only if that's okay in your neck. 2 long, slow, deep breaths here. Maybe try the box breathing here. Notice how that feels. One more moment. Good. Bring your hand back to center. Bring your face back to center. And then let the leg follow. Pull it back towards your body. One more moment. So you can roll your ankle. Go one way a few times. And then go the other way. On your next inhale, let the leg go long to meet your right leg. And observe. Good. Now bring your right leg up with the foot towards the ceiling. So really strong leg using the strength of the top of your thigh. You can always put your hands behind your thigh to support the leg and build strength here. Push hard through the heel and pull your toes back towards your body. So now we're stretching the back of the thigh, and you're probably feeling it in the bottom of your foot and the back of your calf as well. Keep your shoulders and neck relaxed. One more deep breath. Push your foot up higher. Exhale, lower your leg. Inhale, other side. Push your foot up towards the ceiling, hard through the heel. Pull the toes back towards your body. 2 deep breaths. Good. Release the left leg long. And one more time, gather both knees into your chest. This time, rock back and forth. Allow gravity to massage your spine. And gain enough momentum so that you can come to sit. So once you're sitting, you can flip over onto your belly. Don't worry if that didn't go well. I'm not going to see. Okay. So first we're on our bellies. Bring both of your hands in front of your forehead. Stack one on top of the other, and then rest your forehead on your hands. And just release here for a moment. Let your body absorb totally different sensations as the whole front of your body is compressed now. How does that change your breathing? Good. Really carefully roll your forehead back and forth, creating a little massage on the edge of the eyebrows and between the forehead. This is really good for headaches. And then come to stillness. Remove your hands, place them underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows together behind you so they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Now push hard into the tops of your feet, make your knees lift. On your inhale, using the strength of your upper back, raise your head and chest. You should be able to let go with your hands, not pushing into the hands. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders, lift up a little higher. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do that one more time. This time you can keep your hands where they are, or you can bring your hands back behind you so that your palms are down on the floor by your hips. The other option is to interlace your fingers and clasp them together so that you create a loop with your arms. One more time, whatever you chose. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Reach back with your hands. Exhale, lower back down. Good. Switching to the legs now for prepping for locust. So identify your right leg. Inhale, push into the right hip and raise your right leg up as high as you can. Exhale, lower. Other side. Inhale, lift your left leg. Squeeze your buttock. Exhale, lower. One more time on each side. Now we'll combine it all. So choose whichever arm position you like the most. On your inhale, everything lifts. Squeeze the chain of muscles between your shoulders and your hips. Hold for one breath. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, lower down. Everything relaxes. Left ear comes to the mat. Big inhale, expand the back of your rib cage. Good. Bring your head back to center. Bend both of your knees. And then reach back to grab the tops of your feet. We'll do another back bend. This time it's called wheel, because you push into your hands with your feet and also squeeze your back muscles to lift your chest. Inhale, lift. Push into your hands, look forward. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, one more. Lift high. Exhale, lower. Relax everything, right ear to the mat. Big deep breath. Expand the back of your ribs and then exhale, sink. One round of box breathing here. Good job. Bring your forehead back to center, and we're going to very carefully push to a tabletop position. Tighten your abdomen, bring your belly button towards your spine to lift yourself up. So hands are under your shoulders and knees are under your hips. Really strong, flat tabletop, not cow position yet. Look down at your hands. Make sure you can push into the knuckles of your index finger and that your thumbs are more relaxed. Curl your toes under, and on your next inhale, hover your knees, maybe 1 inch off the floor. Exhale, send your hips back towards a down dog position. Walk it out. So straighten one knee at a time. Don't worry about having super straight legs. Worry about having a tall spine. So that means draw in your belly, bend your knees, and let your shoulders and chest come down. Crown of your head reaches for the floor. Then you send the heels back down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower your knees for tabletop one more time. Let's do that once more, but more quickly. So inhale, hover your knees. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, tabletop. Toes together, knees apart. Send your hips back for child's pose. Completely release your upper body. You can even let out a sigh. Good. On your next inhale, look forward and then come back to your tabletop. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Now we will do a couple cat-cows. So on your inhale, drop your belly, squeeze your shoulder blades so your chest can broaden and you can look forward. Exhale, push into the hands and the knees, round behind you. Let your shoulders spread. Look at your belly. Inhale, cow, belly down, look forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, cow. Go at your own pace now. We're going to do 3 or 4. On your last cow, really squeeze the chain of muscles between your shoulders and your hips. Try to touch them together. Exhale, round behind you. Spread your shoulder blades as far apart as you can. Stay rounded in this position, toes together, knees apart, and then send your hips back for another child's pose. This time, extend your arms really long out ahead of you and tense your fingertips like there's an egg under each palm. You can shift your shoulders towards one side and then the other to feel more sensation in the sides of the upper back. Maybe between the shoulders and up into the neck a little bit too. Good. Next inhale, look forward, come back to tabletop. We're going to do our balancing act here. So get really steady first. Toes can be curled under for more balance, or you can push into the tops of your feet, whatever feels better for you today. Identify your right arm and your left leg. On your inhale, right arm extends out, fingertips on the floor. Stay very steady. The left foot does the same. So we're staying pretty balanced here in the beginning. One more deep breath. If you're challenging yourself today, inhale, everything lifts into the air. Keep your hips level. Push into your hands, push into your feet. Push past your fingertips. Keep breathing deep. And exhale, lower back down. Sit back on your heels, shake it out of your left hand. And then we'll do the other side. So come back to tabletop position. Identify your left hand and your right knee. Next, inhale. Don't move anything except your left hand, extends out. Left fingertips on the floor. Keep breathing, stay steady. Only the right foot moves back. Inhale here. If you're challenging yourself, inhale, everything lifts. Push past your fingertips, reach past your heel. Stay as steady as you can. One more breath. And exhale, everything back down. Inhale, your knees lift, hover. Exhale, down dog. Stay for 3 breaths. You can try your box breathing here. Tell me if you like it. Push into your index fingers. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees lower for tabletop. Sit back on your heels. Let's shake it out of our wrists one more time. Okay, place your hands on your hips and then inhale, come to kneel. So you're just balancing on your knees now. However you need to, using maybe your wall for balance, bring your right foot forward, foot flat on the floor. Now look down, see if you're kind of on a balance beam. Remember, it might be a little easier to be on railroad tracks. So just take the, right foot more towards the right. Once you found a spot where you feel pretty steady, like you're not going to weeble wobble too much, inhale, lift your chest up out of your rib cage, and then reach your hands up overhead as well. Push into your left toes. Oh boy. Lift your right toes. So you're pushing harder into the heel. One more breath here. Good. Carefully bring both hands to the top of your right knee. Push down onto your right knee so your arms are pretty straight and keeping your chest up. And then you can bend forward slightly to stretch the front of your left hip. One more breath. Try to keep your right heel on the floor. Inhale back to center. Chest comes up out of the hips, and then you reach up towards the sky. You can look up this time. Exhale, hands down to the floor for support. Bring your right foot back. Switch sides. Left foot forward. Find that steady footing where you're more on railroad tracks. When you're ready, come back to hands on your hips. Push hard into the back toes. Lift your left toes, so you're pushing only into the heel. Good. Now inhale, the chest lifts up out of the rib cage. Let the arms extend as well. Stay here and breathe. Lower your hands, stack them on top of your left knee and push onto your knee. And then to any extent, you can lean forward. I guess you're not leaning forward, you're more just bringing your weight forward because your chest is upright and you're looking ahead. One more deep breath here. Good job. Inhale, come back to center, reach the chest up, look up one more time, and then exhale, hands to the floor. Bring your knee back, toes together, knees apart, and come to sit on your heels for child's pose one more time. Good breathing. One more. On your next inhale, look forward, come back to your tabletop position, and then step your right foot forward towards your feet. Let your right foot kind of inch more forward so that it's above your hands. Now, turn your foot so that you're pushing onto the outside edge of the foot and your right knee is opening out towards the side. Keep your hands down for support here, nice and strong, spine is long, look ahead. 2 really deep breaths into the part of your body where you feel the most sensation right now. Don't tell yourself a story about it, just breathe into it and acknowledge that it's there. Good. Foot comes flat on the floor one more time. Scoot your hands back a little bit for support, and then remove your foot. Bring it back behind you. Other side. Step your left foot forward, and then inch it up towards the front of your mat. Then you can sort of bring your weight more forward into your hands. Let them be flat. You can be on your fingertips, flat palms, or like last time, you could come down to your forearms, but that becomes pretty intense pretty quickly. So first, bring your foot to the edge. Let your left knee open out towards the side. Then let your spine be really tall again so you can look forward. If your back isn't rounded at all, then you can start to come down to your forearms. Again, tall spine, all the way through the crown of your head. Breathe into the sensation. Come back to your hands. Come back to the bottom of your foot. And then carefully remove the foot. Come back to sit on your heels. Good job. That's an intense one. So that's a doozy for anyone, let alone if you have back pain. But that can release a lot in the outsides of the hips and up into the lower back as well. So it's an important pose. It's called lizard, if you're wondering. Okay, for a moment, let's just realign here. So stay sitting on your heels with the feet, tops of the feet flat on the floor, or you can curl the toe pads underneath to stretch the bottoms of your feet. It doesn't matter if you do it with your hands or if they just want to, I know one foot may not want to do it on its own, so you could put it in that position, that's fine. Stay here with your spine really tall, your hands on your lap, and let's do a few shoulder rolls here. Everything we did can create some heat and tension work in the neck and the shoulders. So roll them really large, all the way up to the earlobes. Explore your entire range of motion here. Use this also as a distraction from the bottoms of your feet. If you're stretching the bottoms of your feet, mine just really kicked in. That's always fun. And then come to sit on your bottom. You can use a blanket or something short to sit on here. We're going to do some side bending, so I don't recommend sitting on an actual block because I think it's going to elevate you actually too high. But try it. Let me know if that works for you. That's fine too. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees open to butterfly. So your feet can be really far away from your body if that helps you be steady and tall, or they could be really close to your body so you feel a lot of sensation in the insides of your thighs. It doesn't matter to me as long as your spine feels long. So if you bring your feet closer but you feel like you're hunched over and like can barely sit up, then it is too close and you need to just create yourself a wider base. Think of the foundation of a house, okay? So you want the foundation to be really strong. Then the scaffolding is your spine, okay? So if you don't have healthy scaffolding, nothing else that you build is going to be attached well. So taking care of your spine in this class in particular. Enough, Alex. Hands on the outsides of your ankles, tops of your feet, or the outsides of your knees. Pull with the strength of your arms so that you get even taller. Now draw your shoulders down and slightly squeeze them together so you feel a lot of sensation in the tops of the shoulders, down into the mid-back maybe. Look ahead of yourself and slightly down and continue this pressure. Begin to breathe deeply. Good. Release that pressure so your spine is neutral again. Bring your right hand out towards the side. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Now inhale, reach up really tall, like past your fingers, and then start to lean your body over towards the right. You can look down at the floor or you can look up at the ceiling, whatever you like. Try to open your chest towards the front of the room. So sometimes it's helpful to put my right elbow on my right knee and hand on my chest and actually physically use that tension to push myself back a little bit. Even if it means you're leaning over less, you're getting more out of it as far as like the intercostals in between your ribs are concerned. One more deep breath. Both hips are down. Inhale back to center. Other side. Left fingertips out towards the floor. Right hand comes up. Reach up high. Exhale, lean over towards the left. You can keep your left hand where it is, or you can try to adjust your chest on this side. Reach past your right fingertips. One more deep breath. Inhale back to center. This time reach up with both hands. Exhale, bring your hands towards your feet and then slide them forward for a fold. So this is from the hips. Let your spine be round here. Let your head be really heavy. Two more long, deep breaths. If you like, you can grab onto your feet and gently pull yourself closer. Good. Inhale, look forward, and then slide yourself back up to sit. We're going to end with a little meditation here. So close your legs like a book and then roll yourself over onto your back. Consider for meditation, you always have the option of being flat on your back or having your legs up on a chair or up the wall too is a really good option. So get yourself settled. I think last time I showed you that you can have a blanket long ways underneath your spine. You also have the option of rolling a blanket and using it a couple different places sideways, so perpendicular to your body. And I'll show you. So if you're going up a chair, scoot your butt really close first, so you're laying on your side, then roll over onto your back and allow your feet to come to the seat or to the back of your chair. Now, roll your blankie up like a burrito, put your feet on the chair, and lift your hips using your feet so you can place the blanket underneath your sacrum. This can be really nice support if your low back is hurting a lot today. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Allow the neck and the head to be very heavy. It's like a bowling ball. It's just sitting there. Can't hardly move it. And then bring your hands to your belly or out to the sides with the palms face up. Doesn't matter to me. So if this doesn't feel good, you have another option with the blanket. Still put your feet on the chair and kick your hips up, and then move the blanket down towards your, well, I guess in women, it's the breast line. It's like right underneath the bottom edges of your shoulder blades, or where your wife's bra is probably going to hit. Then you can bring your arms up overhead behind you, and you'll see that that creates a pretty nice back bend. If it's too intense, you can always just unravel the blanket a little bit so it's not as full underneath you. So pick whichever one of those feels best for you today. Our meditation today will be a loving kindness meditation. So first, just adjust your body here. Get yourself as comfortable as possible. And then really allow your body to settle and soften. Let go of any accidental tension in your feet and your hands. Unfurl your eyebrows. Swallow once to release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let it bathe in saliva at the bottom of your mouth. Part your lips and your teeth slightly. And pick a spot ahead of you that's not going to move where you can focus your gaze, or close your eyes completely. Once again, bring all of your attention to the parts of your body that are touching the floor. Notice the parts of your body that are not touching the floor. Good. Bring to mind your emotional body. Those parts of you that harbor your thoughts and your feelings. And observe any emotions that might be here with you today. Also notice if your mind is telling yourself a story about it, how you got it, or whether it makes you good or bad, if you should or should not feel that way. And instead of attaching yourself to this sense of judgment about your feelings, try instead to observe from afar, as if it's something that's here and part of you, but not the totality of who you are anymore. This is just a part of you, and it is welcome in my class. There's no part of you that's not welcome here. To begin our meditation, bring yourself as a child to mind. You can be an infant or a young or older child, whichever version of yourself you'd like to talk to right now. And repeat the following phrases silently to yourself 3 times. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with peace and ease. Good. Let go of that. Bring to mind someone that you love very much, someone living or gone, a teacher or a parent or a spouse. Imagine them as a small child before the world had affected them. And repeat the following phrases silently to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with peace and ease. Good. Let go of that. Now bring to mind an acquaintance, someone that you don't know very well, but you've seen around at the grocery store or the bookstore. Anyone at all that you do not have strong feelings about. Imagine them as a small child. And repeat the following phrases silently to them as well. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with peace and ease. Good. Let go of that. And now imagine the whole world. Small like a ball that fits in your hands. And repeat the following phrases silently to yourself. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all live with peace and ease. Good. Let go of that. Return your attention to your body. Carefully bring your legs back down to the floor from the wall or your chair. And if you're using a blanket, slowly roll over onto one side so you can release it and return back to the floor. Let yourself readjust here. Notice any of the leftover feelings. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to wake your body back up. That can turn into bigger movements with the hands or the legs. Take anything that feels natural or necessary to you now. Carefully roll over onto one side using your head like a pillow. Pause here, readjust for a moment. And then using the strength of your arms, push yourself to a seat. Any seat that feels good to you today is fine as long as your spine feels tall. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Bring your hands to your heart, either in a prayer position with the thumbs touching the heart or stacked one on top of the other. And bow your head to your hands. This motion is in gratitude of yourself. As best you can, give yourself a very sincere thank you for just showing up today. Thank yourself for trying new things and for giving your body and your mind the practices that they need and deserve. And accept my sincere thank you for you as a student. I learned just as much from you as you learned from me, so I appreciate that. Let your hands come down to your lap. Your eyes can flutter open and up. And let me know if you have any questions or comments or snide remarks or anything at all that you need to talk about. I will be here for you. As homework, maybe you could practice the four-part breathing, the box breathing. I know I've taught you a lot of 3-part where the inhale is 3 parts, but you like to try new things, and I think the box breathing, the 4-part breathing is something that you would really enjoy. So let me know over the next week what your experience is with that. Okay. Have a great week. Thank you.